this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how Patrice Motsepe became Africa's first black billionaire, according to the Forbes list, of course. And guys, I'm saying according to the Forbes list because there has been some debate around who was Africa's first black billionaire. Is it Patrice Motsepe or is it the African giant Aliko Dangote? So of course we know that Aliko Dangote is Africa's richest person, and he's actually the world's richest black person. So there is some debate with other people saying that by 2008, when Patrice Motsepe was recognized as a billionaire, Aliko Dangote was already a billionaire. So of course, guys, some of these publications like Forbes, they've got different matrices that they use to determine one's net worth. So maybe they didn't have Aliko's information at the time. We don't know. All we know and all we're going to talk about today is how Patrice Motsepe became a billionaire in 2008. So we're going to look at the events that led to that led to 2008, the time that he was actually recognized as a US dollar billionaire. That's what we're going to do today. Patrice Motsepe was born to Hosi or Chief Augustine Motsepe. So he was actually a chief of a branch of the Tswana people. He was born in Garangua, which is currently under Pretoria in Gauteng, but however, back in the day, it was under the Northwest Province. So the chief Augustine Motsepe was actually a school teacher previously, who later became a businessman, a small businessman, and he owned a spaza shop, a tavern or a small shop. And it's actually said that this shop actually had a beer hall as well, and the mine workers, and it was very popular amongst the mine workers. So this was in a mining community, right? And the people would come, the miners would come, and guess who was also working there? Patrice Motsepe. Young Patrice Motsepe was actually working, and he actually got first-hand exposure to business and first-hand exposure to mining, right? Suppose that you probably wonder, where are these guys coming from, right? These guys are here having a good time at the shop, but where do they work? What's happening where they work? So when it comes to his early education, his father was opposed to South Africa's segregated public school system, which provided the black people of the time with poor educational opportunities. So what his dad then did was that he sent Motsepe and his 6 siblings to a Roman Catholic boarding school in the Eastern Cape province. That's what happened at the time. So what this meant was that young Motsepe went out there and got a better educational foundation than the average, black person, right, at the time. So guys, I'm not saying that the man, he had some privilege, of course, but I'm not saying that that's ultimately what made him successful. I think Motsepe has always been a maverick. He's always been ahead of the game. So he's actually, a lot of people accuse Motsepe of using his political privilege, because the man actually at one time had 2 of his brothers-in-law in the cabinet, in the executive. One of his brothers-in-law is actually current president Cyril Ramaphosa, and the other brother-in-law is actually former energy minister Jeff Radebe. So, he's had his connection, he has connections, but a lot of other people have had connections as well, but it doesn't mean that they have been successful. At one point, when he was being accused of, using his privilege in business and corruption and all these things, he said, man, I come from old money. My dad had a Jaguar in 1977. So man, money is not a thing, man. Money is not a thing for him. His family's been having money, so his hands are clean. Don't hate the man for his wealth. So what then happened is that after he went to this Roman Catholic boarding school, he went to the University of Swaziland, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree, and he later on went to the University of the Witwatersrand, in Johannesburg, when he obtained his law degree. So when it comes to his career as an attorney, he was specializing in business law, in mining law as well. That was his specialty. I mean, this man had a mission, man. This man was so much into the mining game. He wanted to learn as much as possible. Dr. Patrice Motsepe, as he's known now, became the first black partner in the law firm Bowman Gilfillan. In 1994, this man was a first black partner. Patrice Motsepe is always about firsts, right? It's always about firsts when it comes to him. The first black partner. He was already doing things at a top level. So those people who say that it's because of privilege, man, it takes a lot for you to be a partner in these law firms. Bowman's is one of the biggest law firms in South Africa, and Dr. Motsepe was a partner there. So in the same year, Nelson Mandela was elected as the country's first black president. This is in 1994, and Patrice Motsepe formed a company called Future Mining. And what this company was doing was providing contract mining services, and that actually included the cleaning of gold dust from inside the mine shafts for the Vaal Reefs gold mine. So man, Mr. Motsepe already, he's moving from an employee to a business person by forming Future Mining. And in 1994, of course, black empowerment was now promoted, and he basically started this business. So what then happened, guys, with Future Mining is that it grew obviously into a successful contract mining company. However, what then happened is that he formed ARM Gold in 1997, and it was later listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in 2002. So what then happened is that in 1997, when the gold prices were low, Mr. Motsepe started purchasing gold shafts. So he bought 6 gold shafts at $7.7 million from Anglo Gold. Man, he started structuring these deals, and the thing with this is that he was only going to repay this loan from future earnings from the company, which is now known as African Rainbow Minerals. So it was future earnings from a future company. Imagine that, guys. I mean, you start a company and you're only going to pay, or you buy a huge assets, gold shafts, and it was only going to pay through future earnings. That's how he was going to repay the debt. So that's very important. This is how he started building his wealth. So he repeated these transactions, these deals, from this time, 1997 through to 1999. He repeated, these deals, buying the operating mines, which were not successful because at the time in 1997, the gold prices were low. So obviously for a giant such as Anglo Gold, it probably didn't make sense to operate, these shafts. And he purchased these shafts and started making them profitable. He actually included, he implemented a system of worker remuneration that combined a low base salary with a profit sharing bonus. So he was innovative, right? He put in new innovation. I mean, these are things we could learn from Dr. Motsepe at that time, man. He was already doing these massive deals. And of course, man, the man did benefit or took advantage of the affirmative action laws, the black economic empowerment laws at the time. So at the time, you needed a minimum of 26% black ownership for you to get a mining license. So he did use this, at the time to take himself to the next level, man. I don't believe that Mr. Motsepe has just been an opportunist. Well, some people probably had the same opportunity, but they are not billionaires today. But he took advantage of these opportunities, and look where he is now. So guys, if you are enjoying this video right now, subscribe to the channel, like and comment what's the most interesting part of Dr. Motsepe's success so far, and share this video with someone else. So let's go through some key things that happened from the time that he started future mining up until 2008, where he was listed as a billionaire. So 2001 March, he creates Modikwe Platinum, a joint venture with Anglo Platinum. So he gets into the platinum game in 2001 March. In 2002 May, ARM Gold Limited lists on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange with a market cap of 5 billion rands. That's in 2002 May, guys. In 2003 September, ARM Gold mergers with Harmony Gold. And in 2003 November, a range of transactions are initiated between Avmin, ARMI, and Harmony, resulting in the formation of ARM and the enlargement of Harmony. So in 2003, African Rainbow Minerals is formed. In 2005 November, Till lists on the Toronto Stock Exchange. In 2006 March, Till lists on the JSE. In 2006 May, Chwaning Manganese Mine Commission. So he gets into the manganese game. In 2006 July, ARM Coal established with JV partner Extractor Coal South Africa. Man, he's doing the most, man. He gets into the coal business in 2006 July. 2006 August, Two Rivers Platinum Mine is commissioned, so another platinum mine. 2007 March, ARM is included on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and FTSE Top 40. 2007 May, Kumani Iron Ore Mine commences mining operations, so it's in iron ore now. 2007 August, Komati Nickel Interim Plant commissioned. 2007 October, ARM pays the maiden dividend, or people get some money. In 2008 June, there's ARM, African Rainbow Minerals, has a market capitalization that reaches 56 billion rands, 8 billion US dollars. Like, this is what gets him, or this is the time that he actually gets on the Forbes list. So guys, when it comes to financial services, so Mr. Motsepe in 2003 created Ubuntu Botro Investments, right? And it became in 2004 the BEE partner of insurance and financial services company Sanlam. So he gets into this deal, and by the time the deal ended in 2014, that's 10 years later, and the debt was repaid, UBI acquired a 13.5% stake of Sanlam. So guys, if you are excited about entrepreneurship and you enjoy this video, binge watch all our other videos.